What's up, guys? Welcome to the Endless Endeavor podcast. So, just got home from Kalispell late last night. I'm flying out in a day or two to go hang out with Mitch and Lappin over at Massive headquarters. And I'm just sitting down and sharing my thoughts, doing another solo episode today. And as usual, a lot of shit to talk about. The world does not have any shortage of craziness. And you know, eventually, if it's not already, it's going to be knocking on your front door and it's going to be impacting your life. And you are going to need to make that decision. Am I going to get involved now? Or am I going to sit on my fucking hands and just wait for it to fucking ruin everything that I have in my life? You know, the price of gas is up exponentially. Flying to Virginia is over $1,000 now. And so, yeah, I was going to take my kids out there to Massive and have them hang out with me for the weekend, but that's no longer an option because it's not affordable. Food is up, 300 fucking %. What food we have left as they're killing the cattle and the fucking, all the processing plants are being burned to the ground, but we're the crazy ones, right? I'm the crazy one. And so I wanted to talk to you guys about some things and give you some updates on other things. And it'll probably be a relatively short episode, but that's fine because it's the content that you're going to get is worth hours and hours of your life, even if it's condensed into 30 minutes. So I want to start with 75 hard. I'm on 75 hard right now. I'm on day 21 and I'm already in stride. Like it already feels normal. It already feels comfortable. I'm getting up early. I'm fucking drinking lots of water. I'm hydrated and I feel good. And for those of you that don't know what the 75 Hard program is, it's a program that was developed by my friend Andy Frisella. He is the founder of First Form Supplements. Shout out. And his program was developed not as a fitness program or a fitness challenge. People think that that's always the case with 75 Hard. But 75 Hard is a personal excellence program, and it teaches you and builds habits that carry on after you're done with your 75 days. And then it goes on to he has some secondary and tertiary parts of the program. I'm not even reading about those yet. I don't even want to know about them. I don't even want to hear about them because I'm on day 21 and I have a long road ahead of me if I want to successfully succeed this program this time. And so this is my third time. And I'm hoping third time is a charm. But, you know, my first time I got injured on day 45. And my second time I got sick as fuck on day 45. So I failed both attempts on day 45. Day 45 is my nemesis. And I have no plan on not succeeding this time. But here's the deal, guys. You got to be real, right? I've had someone write me like, really? You failed 75 hard? Even I could finish that. Like, come on. And it's almost like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? I am not here to act like I'm better than you or try and boast or paint myself into something that I'm not. I'm a fucking human being and I get sick and I get hurt. And if that takes you out of the program, if you have fucking integrity, then you have to say, hey, I fucking failed. You know, Andy failed last week, I believe it was, because he forgot to take a daily updated picture. That's part of the program. You have to take a progress picture every single day. And if you fail any single aspect of the requirements, then you're back to day one. There's no exceptions. There are no cheat meals. There's no alcohol. You have to do 2 45-minute workouts a day. You have to take a progress picture. You have to read 10 pages from some type of nonfiction, like self-improvement book. You have to drink 1 gallon of water a day. You have to follow a diet. And that's the guidelines on the diet. Follow a diet. But by following that diet, you are acknowledging 0 cheat meals and 0 alcohol. A lot of people ask like, oh, well, what kind of diet should I do? The reason that the parameters of this are simply follow a diet because if you're a bodybuilder or you're a triathlete or you're a jiu-jitsu guy or you're a CrossFitter, like different people's bodies, different people's goals, their activity levels, they can't all be on one same diet. That is why there is no diet prescribed for 75 hard. Prescribe the diet that suits your physical goals the best. And there are zero cheats and zero wavering from that. Now, you can't say, oh, well, since I'm just following a diet, today I'm going to have pizza because pizza is this many calories. Guys, it's integrity. Everybody now knows what's good for you, what's bad for you, what's bullshit to put in your body, and what's good to put in your body. So develop a diet that suits your goals, your fitness needs, but is also fucking nutritious and good for you. And that shouldn't even have to be discussed. But another aspect of this program is one of the workouts has to be outside. And that is for your inconvenience. Let's make no mistake about it. This program isn't designed to be convenient. It's designed to be inconvenient, because being inconvenient makes you plan. It makes you think ahead. It makes you suffer a little bit. It makes you go out there in inclement weather. And when it's raining and it's thundering or it's super hot, there are no exceptions. One of your 45-minute workouts has to be outside. And then you have to drink a gallon of water a day. And at first that was a little tough, because I've come to terms that I think I've been perpetually dehydrated, because drinking a gallon of water for the first couple of days was like, fuck, dude. Now I get done and I'm usually drinking more by the end of the day. And so, and guys, I love something that Andy says. He says, if you have to ask, does this count? Does that count? Am I allowed to do this? Am I allowed to do that? If you have to ask, it doesn't fucking count. All right. Because if you have to ask, that means there's a part of you that just wants to hope that whatever question you're going to ask is going to fall into some gray area, and you might get blessed. You get a blessing from Andy. You can do that. Like, can I put Mio in my water? And what was his response? Did I say fucking Mio, or does the program say drink a gallon of water a day? It doesn't say anything about Mio. It's fucking water. Again, it's supposed to be inconvenient. But what I'm finding is on day 21, I got up, I did my first workout, got my progress pic, and now I have to do my second workout, which I'll do this evening. I got to do my reading, and I got to finish my water, which it's 12:50, and I'm about halfway through my water already. But this is what I'm finding. I'm finding that in 21 days, and again, it's my third time doing this, so I've been here before, but it's a good reminder. And it's almost surprising again that I forgot feeling like this, is I'm up early, I'm out on my feet, I'm walking or running. Outdoor cardio is how I start my day now. And I drink 1 quart of water during that outdoor cardio session. And so normally by the time I'm waking up, I'm now already done with a workout, and I've drank 1/4 of a gallon of water. And now I start my day. And what I'm finding is I feel already like I've leveled up. I look better. I'm losing a substantial amount of fat. The diet that I prescribed is, as you guys probably know, my steak and apples diet. And I feel good. I feel energized, and I'm getting lean. I mean, look at the 4th of July party picture that I posted with my family. Even I looked at that picture and I was like, oh, fuck, you are making substantial gains in your fitness. And I attribute it to this. So 2 times a day, work out, no exceptions. Now, everybody was going to say, well, I got to do this, or on that day I have to, I got to work a double, or whatever it is. And the whole point of this program is to teach you that no matter what life throws at you, there's still a way to succeed. There's still a way to win. When I fly out to Virginia Friday morning, my flight takes off at 6, which means I got to be at the airport by 5, which means I got to leave my house by 4. So what does that mean for me? Does that mean I'm up at 3 to get my first workout in? Or that evening when I'm hanging out with friends in Virginia, do I have to say, hey guys, I have to go away and do 2 workouts? I mean, that's going to be kind of a pain in the ass. I don't necessarily feel like doing that, but life's not about what you feel like doing, is it? Life's about doing what's going to make you the best version of yourself. And so I've really enjoyed the 75 hard program for this third run. And if you're looking for some type of accountability, it's a great tool. I am the secret fat kid. I am a lazy piece of shit in my heart. And the only reason that I've had any success with jujitsu or with fitness or with anything really, anything, being a ranger, like all the stuff that I was good at, I didn't want to do any of it. I would rather lay in bed and watch Netflix. Like every workout to this day, there's still a little voice in my head that's like, you can take it easy today. And sometimes that voice wins. But more often than not, I have enough wherewithal to understand that, hey, if you listen to the weakness in your head, then you're going to be weak. Or if you squish that weakness that's in your head, that's the steps to becoming strong and capable. I love binging on Netflix and eating pepperoni pizza. Like, that's almost like sex to me. I wish I could do that every fucking day. But you know in your heart that when you do that, you are diminishing yourself greatly. And so, sure, there are days that I still do that. But when you're on the program, those days are off the table. Those days are no longer acceptable. And the nice thing about it is it's non-negotiable. So I know now until August 30th, there won't be one piece of pizza eaten. I'm not going to waste a morning in bed. I can't. I don't have time. And so it's an instant accountability tool that allows you to live in this sustainable, productive manner. And guys, I'm telling you, it's very easy to start to slip. And I'm guilty. I'm as guilty as anyone. That's what I love about this show is like, I literally feel like I'm just talking to my peers, because most of the people that I've met that enjoy the show, or people that have come to Guns and Geese that are fans of the show, if they come to meet me, dude, they're just another me, and we're homies. Like I had a shout out to Lou. He was an Endless Endeavor listener that came and attended Guns and Geese, and I invited him out. We're going to kick it next weekend. He's going to help me do some work on my property. Like I am you and you are me. I'm just a normal fucking dude. Now you might not get Tony Robbins and Jocko and the heavy hitters in the influencing world saying that, hey, in my heart, I'm a fat piece of shit and I just want to eat pizza. And maybe that's because that's not who they are. Maybe they are hardwired motivated. And if they are, I'm fucking jealous because that's awesome. But I'm hardwired, lazy fat piece of shit. I've just figured out a formula to defeat that. And you know, when I tell people this, some people act surprised, but more people just say, yeah, I'm the exact same way. And so I just think that there's something inherent in the human being, and maybe it's like an evolutionary thing, or maybe it's a self-preservation thing, but it's like, I just want to exert as little amount of effort as possible. But the bizarre thing about that is exerting the least amount of effort gives you the least amount of results. And everybody understands that now. There is no secret to being great. You know, like my jiu-jitsu professor, Joao Assis, always says, he's like, there's no secret to black belt world champion. There's no secret path. There's no secret code. There's no secret training sessions, or there's no coach that can secretly give you some information that's going to help you become the best version to become a black belt world champion. The secret is show up and put in work. That's it. And I'm realizing that applies to really every single aspect of our lives. Show up and put in work. Now, I know a lot of people are just, you know, I read that book. The author's slipping my mind right now, but it's Do the Work. And it's almost like, a lot of people love that book. Stephen Prescott, I believe that's who wrote that. A lot of people are like, yeah, just show up and do the work. Show up, put the work in. It's an easy thing to say. And it might even be, if you're a motivated person, an easy thing to do. But before putting in the work is going to generate results, you have to have the knowledge inside your head. And so that doesn't matter if it's an entrepreneur and making your business work, or if it's with fitness, or if it's with, you know, any job that you will be doing as an employee, you have to develop the skill set, and you have to have the understanding and the wherewithal in your mind to make sure that the work, the time that you're putting in, that energy is being directed to something, and that energy is being given to the right places as opposed to just showing up and doing work. I think that's kind of a cop-out. You have to develop the understanding of what we're attacking before you attack. And for me, diet is a big part of that. It took me a long time to really learn about my body, about nutrients, about foods, micro and macronutrients. And I mean, I could go on and on and on about all of the different things I've learned about nutrition with time restricted eating and fasting and windows and you know, pre-workout meals, post-workout meals. Like, I got a fucking degree in that shit. And I actually usually never bring up my degree because I don't feel like I learned a fucking thing in college. I graduated with a 3.8 in exercise physiology and nutrition. And I literally think that I've learned more about those things from trial and error with my own body and listening to my friends and reading articles online or watching videos. Like, school was a fucking joke, but that's neither here nor there. The whole point of bringing this up is I think it's important to educate yourself on what goals you have, especially when they're related to fitness, and then create or adhere to some type of program that's going to be an accountability tool. 75 Hard is an accountability tool. And when I open up the app, I see what I've succeeded at throughout the day, and I see what has to be completed. And I can't say what I failed at, because if you fail the program and you start over. Boom, day one, right out of the gates. But it gives you an understanding of where you're at throughout the day and where you need to go before you go to sleep. No exceptions. Nothing's up for negotiation. And when things aren't up for negotiation, you will be surprised on how easy they become. When you can negotiate, now there's that voice in your head, and you give that voice a little bit of power. Well, this or that, or I'm tired today, or, you know, I've been eating this for so many days, so now I can have a little bit of that. When you allow negotiations to creep into your goals, you give weakness a seat at the table. Weakness should not have a seat at your table. Weakness should be fucking squished under your boot like a fucking bug. And so if you're looking for a program, or you feel like you're struggling to get motivated, or you're just in a rut, or you're in a plateau, try it. Fucking try it. What's the worst thing that could happen? The worst thing that could happen is you fail. That's the worst thing. And then are you any worse off for if I made it to day 22 and I failed, would I be better off or worse off? Well, I would argue I'd be better off. That doesn't mean that I've gained what I need to gain from the program. That doesn't mean I've succeeded, but you're better putting one foot in front of the other and staying on with forward momentum than talking yourself out of it. And you know, like Andy said something when he was talking about 75 Hard, and it really resonated with me. And that's why I'm going to share it with you guys. And this isn't my words. These are his words. And he said, in order to have success, what you need to learn is, instead of focusing on what you don't have, focus on what you do have. And if you restrict pizza and bullshit, which you have to on the diet, there's no cheat meals. There's no, you know, if you are thinking and consumed with and giving energy to the things that you don't have, oh man, this would be good, or that would be good, or sleep. Maybe you're not getting as much sleep. If you're, you know, man, I wish I could sleep in today. If that's what you're focused on, good luck. Good luck being successful, because what you're doing is you're directing your energy in the wrong direction. And now you're giving energy to the negative sides of life. Whereas instead of saying, I don't get to have pizza, say, man, I feel fucking better today. This program is making me feel like I'm more alert, or that I have more energy, or whatever the positive benefits that you gain from your fitness goals and your fitness programs, focus on the good. Give energy into the good. When you look at yourself in the mirror, don't look at yourself and say that what I hate about myself. Find what you've improved on. Man, I can see my abs now. Or I'm like, my fucking shoulders look strong today, or whatever it is. And anyone that says that fucking aesthetics aren't important, you're a fucking liar. You're probably a fat piece of shit. It's what's on the inside that counts. Everybody wants to look good because looking good makes you feel good. Looking good makes women want to fuck you. And guess what? That's one of the most important aspects of being a man. And so don't give me that bullshit. Looking good and feeling good are one and the same. So stand in front of the mirror and be critical of yourself. But more important than being critical of yourself, praise yourself on where you're making gains. And that's the whole fucking thing. And it's a lifelong journey. You know, my fucking wife tells me all the time that I have body dysmorphia because if I can't see my six pack, I literally feel like Chris Farley. Like, dude, I'm a fat piece of shit. I fucking let myself go. And that may sound crazy to some people, but here's the reality of it. Today, your six pack's gone. Next month, you're up 2 more pounds. Oh, well, you look better than most guys that are 41, so no big deal. 3 months later, you're up another 5 pounds. And you can always convince yourself that, oh, well, for my age or for my activity level or, you know, I'm dealing with this injury. We can always justify not being the best version of ourselves. I'm really focused on my business right now, so I just haven't had time to get to the gym. That's why I packed on 10 pounds. Justifying the decline of your health is a fucking lie. That's what that is. Justifying the decline in your health is giving that weakness its voice and allowing it to be strong. And here's what happens if you give that weakness that voice. Today it's 10 pounds. Tomorrow it's 20. And 5 years from now, you're 50 pounds overweight. 50 pounds didn't happen overnight. It took 5 years to get there, and little tiny incremental gains of fat accumulating on your body. So you do need to have some hard lines. And my hard line is if I can't see my abs, we have a fucking problem. And it's time to dial it back in. Now, I'm not saying like, because I also have people like, well, I enjoy yummy foods and that's just the choice that I've decided to live. And you're right. That can be your choice. And if eating shitty foods makes you happy and you've decided to put the flavor of foods over the health of your body, you have the right to do that. Absolutely have the right to do that. But I would argue this, because people say that, but it's not because they've literally made the conscious decision to put their health second. It's because they didn't have the discipline to keep their health as a priority, and then it slipped. And now they've lost it. And instead of putting in the work to get it back, you know what's a lot easier to say? I'm comfortable being fat. I enjoy looking like this. I mean, they're fucking pushing that on our young girls right now more than ever. Great big fatzos on fucking covers of magazines and shit. This is a new face of health. No, it's not, bitch. That's a new face of fucking diabetes, arterial sclerosis, and fucking heart disease. I'm no fucking doctor, but guess what? That's a scientific fucking fact. And, you know, people don't want to act like trust the science is important in some aspects of it, but in other aspects of it, I'm fucking crazy. That's fat shaming. You can't say that to that young lady. And the ironic thing is, me saying those things is actually the kindest thing you could say. You're literally killing your body. That's what you're doing. Let's not cover this under the guise of confidence or, you know, her exuding pride in who she is as a person. All those are lies. All those are lies in order to make people that are allowing the weak voice to be the strong voice inside of their head, it allows those people to say, yeah, that's me too. And you know what? I'm okay with that. You fucking shouldn't be okay with that. But that's one of the biggest problems in our society. Celebrating mediocrity and giving a pass to mediocrity, or even worse, now they're celebrating mediocrity. You're going to celebrate mediocrity, and you know what that does? That tells people that being a lazy, mediocre piece of shit is good to go. Now, why would they want to tell us that? Maybe because 1,000 yoked up wild motherfuckers that can shoot, move, and communicate is probably something that the people that are in power wouldn't appreciate very much. When you're strong and you're resilient, you can't be controlled by fear. And when you can't be controlled by fear, you are a free fucking man. And it starts with the fucking food you put in your mouth. You know, I did a little like public speaking engagement one time at just this local place that does, they had like patriot meetings. And that's, you know, I stand up in front of, I don't know, it was 100 people or something. And I was like, guys, listen, everybody's here wanting to say they're patriots and we're ready to take our country back. But if you can't set your fucking beer down and follow me down the street for a 2-mile fucking run, you ain't ready to do a goddamn thing. You ain't ready to do shit. The words that are coming out of your mouth are all talk and no action. So I'm telling you, if you think our country's in a bad place, if you think bad times are ahead, and guys, I am completely transparent about this stuff. There's a big percentage of me that believes that is true and that we better fucking get ready for some crazy shit. But I'm also capable of saying, you know what, maybe we'll vote the right people in and we can turn this ship around without fucking real dark times. Maybe that's what happens. I'm not fucking Nostradamus. I don't fucking know. But if there is even a chance of us moving into a future where there are food shortages and there are blackouts and there is civil unrest, if that stuff is even a possibility on the horizon, trust me when I tell you, you want to be ready. You absolutely want to be ready. Because when that shit pops off, you won't have time to get ready. The time to get ready is right now. And this wasn't going to turn into a big doomsday episode, even though I've been talking about it for 27 fucking minutes. But guys, you need to invest your energy today in what's going to serve you tomorrow. But the best part about that is if the economy turns around, we vote great people into office, and America becomes the fucking superpower that it's supposed to be, and we drain the fucking swamp of all those motherfuckers. And by drain the swamp, I mean fucking line them up on the street. If we do those things, guess what? Your fitness, your health, your capabilities that you developed, and your strength, and your fucking mental fortitude, and the resolve that you gained by being disciplined and building yourself up, it's going to serve you anyways. It's going to serve you anyways. So don't fucking wait. You know, like part of wanting to win is winning on different facets of life. You know, this podcast talks a lot about wanting to win with capability, with your physical fitness, with your jujitsu. But guys, we need to win with our relationships. We need to win with our finances. Because when you're winning across all aspects of life, you're fucking free man. And they hate it when you're a free man. But goddamn, it feels fucking good. And you know what? Like, when I say finances, what is being financially free? I don't know yet. I'm not one of those guys. Again, it goes back to what I talked about 20 minutes ago. It's like, I feel like I'm on this journey with the listeners. I'm breaking out of the rat race for the first time in my life as we speak. As I grow the gym, as I grow the podcast, I'm writing a book. I'm trying to become me for a living. They don't want you to be you for a living. They want you to be a fucking worker bee, a slave. That's just a cog in the wheel. Where you can figure out how to be you for a living. That's true freedom. And I don't care about money. Money doesn't buy you happiness. Shut the fuck up. No one thinks that money buys you happiness. No wealthy person will tell you that money buys you happiness. But you know what money does? Money gives you opportunity. And when used correctly, that opportunity can set you fucking free. Now money, just like anything else, can be squandered. You can be a fucking idiot with it. But if you don't think developing wealth is an important aspect of being a man, I don't think you're being honest with yourself. Now, I'm not going to put a dollar amount on that, because do you need to make $1 million a year? It depends on how you like to live and what you define as happiness. But I can tell you this, whatever your definition of happiness does cost some type of monetary money. I just want to live in the woods and build yurts and live off the land. I don't need money. Well, what land are you going to live off of? Where are you going to get your tools from? At the end of the day, no matter how self-sufficient you are, or how out of touch or removed from society you are, at the end of the day, wealth used correctly will only benefit you. Period. So once you come to terms with that, well, how do I build my wealth? And that's where I'm at. I'm in the process of doing that. I'm trying to grow my gym. I'm trying to expand. I'm trying to figure out how to use what I've created to build more. And then we're looking into, like you guys are listeners of the show, you're I'm in the process of trying to build some Airbnbs. And then I would like to use that money and buy more Airbnbs. And there's something called rental arbitrage, where you can rent a house from one landlord and then subrent it out to others through a daily rental, like an Airbnb or VRBO, any of that stuff. And there's a lot of fucking money to be made in that market. And my dad always told me, he's like, real estate is always going to be king because more and more people are being born and the earth ain't getting any fucking bigger. And I think he's onto something. Now, if Bill Gates has his way and eliminates fucking 80% of the human race, maybe I'll be able to say, hey, Dad, you were wrong. Real estate is no longer sought after. But fuck, if that's the case, we're going to be living wild, doing whatever the fuck we want anyways. So it's all good. But, speaking of doing whatever the fuck we want, we're approaching a time where men are going to have to step outside of what's socially acceptable or reasonable or allowed or even fucking legal. And at some point, we're going to have to start doing what we want. Because by letting others dictate how we live and letting others do what they want, we are rapidly witnessing the decline of our society as a result. That motherfucker that shot up that 4th of July parade in Highland Park. What are we going to do with people like this? What should we do with people like this? Because he's doing whatever he wants. And when he does whatever he wants, people's fucking babies die. Maybe it's time for us to do whatever we want and smash motherfuckers' heads like that in with hammers before they become a fucking problem. I can look at his motherfucking face and tell that he needs to have his fucking head caved in with a hammer. Oh, you're profiling him. I can't believe you'd say that. Yeah, motherfucker, I am. I look into his weak, pathetic fucking eyes I see his skinny, scrawny little neck. And more importantly than those things, I can just tell by the shape of his fucking face that he's a lifelong victim, coward, cunty bitch. And we have celebrated mediocrity to the point where human beings like this exist. And they've gotten so fucking full of themselves that now they're taking the offense to us and we're not fucking doing anything about it. A little skinny, scrawny, faggot fuck can go shoot up a bunch of people. And everybody in his fucking community, I'm sure, already knew that he's just a weak-minded little motherfucker. That's just America now. Those are the people we share the world with. You know why motherfuckers like that exist? Because that motherfucker was never bullied. He was protected. Protected by these fucking pathetic fucking schools and these pathetic fucking laws. Dudes like that should have been getting their ass beat their whole fucking life. And guess what, motherfuckers? Had he been getting his ass beat his whole life, one of two things would have happened. He would have accepted the role of being the weaker member of society and filled that role accordingly. Or he would have said, you know what? I need to learn how to stick up for myself. I need to have some fucking grit. I need to be fucking tough. I'm sick of getting walked all over. But when you protect cowards and you protect fucking bitches and you just let them grow to whoever they want to be, he's wearing dresses and he's transgender and he's communist and he's a socialist. He's part of the democratic socialist movement. Like, when you let these people, when you disallow them to be fucking bullied, that's what they grow into. Congratulations on all your fucking stupid anti-bullying campaign. Kids have been beating each other's asses since the beginning of time. I've been on both ends of that. And I'm better for it. You want to fucking nerf all the edges and you want to protect everybody and you want to make everything fucking so safe that everybody feels good and nobody goes through adversity and nobody's mean to each other. What you're doing is you're allowing fucked up people to grow into monsters. And that's what happened with Robert Crimo III. You know, Andy Frisella called me on the 4th of July right after this happened. And he said, bro, do you fucking see what happened? I said, yeah, man. And we had to talk about it. And we both agree that something needs to fucking happen. So stay fucking tuned. Because we are fucking sick of this society nurturing these motherfuckers, manipulating our kids, rotting their fucking brains, destroying their fucking hormones with all your bullshit and all your poisons. We're fucking sick of it. And we're the fucking crazy ones. You know what needs to happen, though? We talked about it, and he talked about it on his podcast yesterday. That motherfucker needs to be on pay-per-view, being fucking disemboweled and fed his own fucking dick. You want to be a fucking stupid, weak piece of shit that victimizes our fucking families on our fucking Independence Day? I'm going to cut your fucking dick off and make you eat it. And then cut your fucking guts open and you get to watch them spill all over the floor. You want to be violent? I will fucking show you another level of violence. And if we're unwilling to do that as men, and we just let these motherfuckers keep killing our kids and killing our parades and fucking up our celebrations and fucking up our normalcy of life that we're supposed to be able to enjoy with our families, we just let these motherfuckers keep doing that, then you get what you get. That's what I say to my fucking kids. You get what you get and you don't get upset because it's your fault. And that's what we're doing with these motherfuckers. We're allowing our schools to melt their fucking brains, pump them full of all these pharmaceuticals. Oh, he has ADHD and he's bipolar and he has this and he has that. Every little boy has ADHD, you stupid motherfucker. It's called being a little boy. So let's pump them full of Ritalin and drugs. Or you could give them a fucking machete and say, go build a fort. But that's not what any of these fucking parents do anymore. Put them in front of the TV, pump them full of fucking drugs, send them to public schools that fucking continuously rot their fucking minds, and then we act shocked when he fucking snaps and shoots a bunch of people. Do you see what I'm fucking saying? Am I the fucking crazy one? Do other people feel this and see this? Look at them. Go Google fucking Robert Crimo III and look at his motherfucking face and tell me if anything that I've said is incorrect. Because it's not. I see evil in people's eyes. I know a piece of shit. I'm a good judge of character. And we're building more and more of these motherfuckers. And there's evil waiting in the wings to take these people in and turn them into fucking soldiers for evil. I mean, fucking hello, my whole generation was spent fighting Islamic extremists. That's a whole other podcast to talk about the nuances of that. But what I can tell you is, do you remember the ISIS training videos where they'd take 10-year-old boys and make them clear buildings, where they'd have men tied to chairs? And then the little boys, 9, 10 years old, would clear the rooms and kill all these people? Now, that's a very much higher level of indoctrination, but there is indoctrination happening. Fucking Fauci wants to fucking do a study to turn monkeys transgender. Google that. Oh, you're just being crazy. Why the fuck is our government funding studies on turning people transgender? Oh, no, it's monkeys. It's not people. Okay. Yeah, Alex Jones fucking called that shit out, what, a fucking decade ago? About the fluoride turning the frogs gay? Everybody thought he was fucking insane. Do you still think he's insane? Testosterone's down fucking 60%. Half the fucking men in our country want to fuck men now. The other half think they're fucking women. And I'm the fucking crazy one? Think about that shit. If you tell me that people are born gay and it's not a choice, why is it up fucking dramatically? Something to fucking think about. And then here's the other side of the coin. If you're not a scrawny little fucking pussy, if you actually take the time to train your body, you're just a meathead. You're just a dumb meathead. You know how many times I fucking heard that when my shit went viral? Why the fuck would I take any advice from just some meathead? And I guess I'm having that attached to me because I'm fit. Is that what they're saying? Because you're a fit man at 40 years old, you're a fucking meathead? Got to attach some negative connotation. We got to make this guy look like a dum-dum. He couldn't possibly be an intelligent person that critically thinks and has some type of perspective to offer. God forbid a police officer that's been in law enforcement for a fucking decade has a problem with seeing people's constitutional rights being trampled. God forbid that. There's no way that that's possible. Look at him. There's pictures of him working out. He's just some dumb fucking gym rat. And I'm not going to take advice from a meathead. I had people tell me that. I'm not taking advice from a meathead. Well, guess what, motherfuckers? This meathead. I trust my intuition. I've always had good intuition. Intuition keeps you alive in war. And for all you motherfuckers that are listening that have served in combat alongside men like me, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Before you get ambushed, you know you're going to get ambushed. Before something bad happens, you know something bad's going to happen. I had a guy on my team get killed in 2004, and I was actually out on leave. I wasn't here when this happened, but he called his dad the night before and said, "Hey, I'm pretty sure I get killed tomorrow. So this is goodbye." I was in Ramadi, and he got fucking shot by a sniper the next day through the fucking neck. Intuition is real. When something feels off, it's off. And it's outside of your five senses. It's a sixth sense. It's an energy. It's being able to read people. It's being able to see intentions and feel negative energy. And it's absolutely real. And if you don't think it is, you just haven't fucking lived hard enough. Because when you live fucking hard and you're doing crazy shit, you learn to trust your instincts. And when the hair on the back of your neck stands up, man, I need to listen to this. This isn't hocus pocus shit. This is fucking survival of the fittest. And there's something in the air, something in my body that says something's not quite right. That kept me alive. So when all the COVID bullshit started happening, I might not have been in combat, but we were in fucking war. And all my bells and whistles, my intuition, my sixth sense, that gut feeling that something is fucking off, all of that was firing. It was firing almost immediately. When I'd watch our politicians speak from their podiums and give their fucking press conferences, and the fucking Fauci and all these motherfuckers are telling you like, oh, you need to do this and you need to do that. I knew. I saw it in their fucking eyes. I knew. That's why I was empowered to stand up, because I knew I was right. And guess what? I've had friends that are fucking doctors. Fucking doctors. Come to me here now, 2 years later, and say, fuck, Greg. Man, how did you fucking know that the vaccine was bad? I fucking didn't. Man, I fucking even took it. And I'll tell you how. Intuition. So I might not hold some fucking PhD. I might not be the most well-read. My vocabulary includes a lot of fucks, cunts, and faggots. But I know wrong when I see wrong. And I feel wrong when I see wrong. I fucking know it. And because men like us feel something, that fucking scares them. So they immediately attach a fucking negative connotation to you, and you're just a stupid, dumb fucking meathead. Meanwhile, fucking mediocrity in every other aspect of life is celebrated. You can be a skinny, weak, dumb little pussy, and it's okay. It's all good. The school will take care of you. We'll be your parent. There's signs that say that. There's signs in public schools that say, if your parents don't accept you as transgender, we'll be your parents. And it's like a picture of a fucking polar bear or something. Shut the fuck up. We're fucking done with your shit, and we're coming for you. Stay fucking tuned on that. This is no longer an idea. This is a reality. We're done with your shit. I get emails all the time, people saying, bro, when is it time? And we talk about tactical patience. And we talk about fucking being smart and playing the long game. Stay tuned, because we're going to build a fucking army. And like I say every episode, if you're tasked with listening to this podcast because this guy's fucking crazy, motherfucker, you know I'm right. But you don't have the balls to go tell your boss that, do you? Because you're on a GS-13 salary. And you got the best fucking benefits in the country. You know how I know that? Because I was on a GS salary. And I had good benefits. But don't compromise your fucking values for that bullshit. Because that's what it is. The fucking people need our soldiers, our police officers, our federal agents. We need you guys now more than ever to be one of us and stand with the fucking people. Corruption continues to run rampant, and it's not going to fucking change until we change it. So stay fucking tuned. I'm not going to be the one to announce everything because it's not my position to, but stay fucking tuned. Some of the most powerful men in your fucking country have fucking had it. If you want to be fucking part of it, become a fucking savage, become a motherfucker, and you might be able to be part of it too. You know, they just continuously talk to us like we're the fucking dumbest creatures on the planet. They look at us like most people look at fucking ants. But here's where we're different. You know what I see when I see ants? I see a fascinating little creature living its life, going about its day, harvesting food and nurturing their young, and I'm fascinated by it. I think it's cool as fuck. I value life. All the way down to ants in my driveway. And I've told you guys this story before on the podcast. If my kids are out fucking stepping on ants or burning them with a fucking magnifying glass, if I see that kind of shit, now you got to deal with me. You don't make things fucking suffer. You don't bring fucking violence to things for no reason. To bring violence to something for your entertainment, well, bitch, we got a problem. Nurture life, support life, love life. You know, I'm a few pages done from Cam Haynes' book because daily reading is a requirement. It's called Endure. If you don't know who Cameron Haynes is, go look him up on Instagram. He's a fucking patriot. He's a stud. And he's they talk about the hardest worker in the room. He's the hardest worker west of the Mississippi. He gets up, he runs a marathon a day. Well, that's ridiculous. Why would anybody do that? Maybe because it keeps him hard and it keeps him grounded and it keeps him savage. But he's a hunter. And he goes and he kills animals for sustenance and nutrition to feed his family and his friends. And people hate him for it. But here's where those motherfuckers are wrong. Just like I said, you celebrate life. We're kind. We treat creatures, both man and beast, treat them with respect. But when the time comes to feed your fucking family, we have to take a step back and say, hey, this is the circle of life. And for this reason, I've accepted that taking this life is something that's necessary to sustain my own life. And you do that from a place of honor and courage. And you celebrate that creature for fucking giving you nutrients. It's powerful shit. And I'm excited to partake in it. Not because I'm going to enjoy killing, but because I'm going to hate killing. But I think part of the process of being a fucking man in this world is having a vivid, up close, and personal relationship with the circle of life. That's what I'm excited to start to understand at a deeper level. That's why I have a hunt scheduled in Wisconsin. I'm going to go bow hunting in Wisconsin in October with my boy. And I'll tell you guys right now, it's going to be hard. I've shot men. And I promise you, the shooting a deer is going to be harder for me. But that's why I need to do it. The way that the world is going, you better be ready to take charge of yourself and your families and provide. And part of having those capabilities is knowing how to stalk, kill, butcher an animal. If you don't have that, it's probably time to do it. And I'm the first to fucking admit I don't have that. But I want it. But the whole point of that, going down that Cam Haynes rabbit hole, it's just part of building yourself into the best version. They don't want you to be a man that can run a marathon a morning and live off grid and provide for your fucking community. They want you to be dependent, fat, sick, weak, little fucking pussies. And we're done with that. The last thing I'm going to say, I'm going off on that tangent and bringing up the videos and all that shit, you know, like people fucking hating on you and people having problems with you and casting fucking negativity your way. It all boils down to this. We're not all the same. And you shouldn't be fake. If it's how you feel, scream it from the fucking mountaintops. If it's how you feel and it's what you believe to be the truth, don't let any motherfucker in the world intimidate you into not saying it and being open about it. You don't know anybody a motherfucking thing. Be you. And what you're going to find is when you be authentic to who you are overtly, you're going to attract a lot more motherfuckers that are the same way. People are waiting. People are looking for leadership. People are looking for people to be real. If you say this publicly, you might get fired. If you say that publicly, you might get, there might be some problem with your coworkers, or people on social media might say this about you. Fuck everybody. Be authentically you. And if people don't like it, fuck them. Because what it's going to do, it's going to let people know exactly where you stand. And it's going to attract the right people into your life. And that's what we fucking need right now. You shouldn't have to fake anything. You know, I had people tell me when I was starting to go public with shit, Greg, dude, I agree with you. Like, but fuck, you can't say that, dude. You can't say that publicly. You can't say that out loud. and you call yourself a fucking man. I can say whatever the fuck I want. I always will say whatever the fuck I want until my last breath. And if anyone doesn't like it, fucking do something about it. You need to be doing the same. And it's going to enrich your life. It's not going to detract from your life. It's going to enrich your life. My life has become exponentially better by being authentically me. Everywhere I go, I am me. and it's attracted the right people. I build relationships with the right people. I've made friendships all over the fucking country that aren't just Instagram talks. Real meaningful friendships. All because I said what I believe. So stop being intimidated. Stop allowing these motherfuckers and these cocksuckers to try and manage your speech and control your vocabulary or protect certain groups of people from criticism. If you need to be criticized, fucking criticize them. If they need to be told to fuck off, tell them to fuck off. Live with no fear. Living without fear sets you free. And I want you guys to really, really think about the little segment that we did on intuition today. Because there's times coming up where you're going to be in a battle over your own intuition and the propaganda that's being force-fed down your throat. And in my opinion, it's always intuition over propaganda.